Greetings to another video. This video is going to be kind of an overview of All Points North and just like what I've taken from it, because there's so many positives and I didn't want to just kind of end it of like part one, part two and then that be it. I kind of want just to do a little chat about it. I guess the first thing that I want to say is just thank you for just the loveliest, kindest comments that I probably have ever had on a video or a couple of videos. You've just been just so lovely to me, and it means a lot to know that you are just there supporting me, and I've got this amazing group of people that actually want me to succeed and just want the best for me. And that's like, you can't really describe that feeling of knowing that, because I think when I had decided that I was going to bail, like after the what was I going to say? How do I say it? Like after the stress of it, I guess. My first thought was, oh no, I've got to like tell people that I've like failed, and I didn't want to do it. Like I don't know whether you've been in that situation before, but if something doesn't go like your way, because I'd like filmed it before and I was like, oh, I'm doing this, it's going to be amazing. And then when it doesn't go your way, you just kind of like, oh, I just want to like sink away and just not mention it and just forget it's ever happened. But I was like, actually, I need to talk about what happened. And I did think that I might get some comments that were like, I don't know, that were just like a bit negative, I guess. And I was worried that you might not see me as someone that is helpful, because of like, how can I teach you or help you to do these things if I can't even do them? But I guess, and this is the lovely side of it, is so many of you said that seeing you struggle and seeing you have to quit is so much more, what's the word, just so much more helpful, I guess, or realistic, so that you know how to deal with it when you have to do the same, if you have to do the same on a ride. So actually it kind of worked out better, and I'm glad that you got to see that side, because I really didn't want to film when you feel like crap. You just don't want to put a camera in your face, you don't want to talk about it. All you want to do is just sit and sleep, or just sit and eat, or just not talk. So I'm so glad that I did that. But anyway, I think we should talk about like the positives of what I took from the ride, because there were so many, and like looking back now, I've had a few days, so many positives from it, and I'm so glad that I did it. The first thing is the fact that I did it on my own. And so a couple of people said, oh, you should do it as a pair next year. I'm like, no. For me, the challenge is that I do it on my own, that I'm self-sufficient, because I have, for I guess a fair bit of my cycling stuff, kind of relied on other people to do routes, or I don't know, I just wanted to do it on my own. And so to be able to plot my own route, which the route was really good, and sort my own food and just be self-sufficient. I love that, and I feel a lot more confident about doing it in the future. So that's a massive plus. Also, I loved that I rode on my own at night. So when I've done overnight Audaxes in the past, I've always tried to, well, I've always have made sure that I was in a group at night, because I was a little bit scared and a little bit like, oh, I don't know that I like this. But to just be like, right, you have to ride on your own through the night. I loved it. I really was, that was probably the most that I was scared about going into the ride, was the night riding on my own. And actually that was probably the bit that I liked the best. And it gave me a lot of confidence to then be able to say, right, in the future I can just do that. It's fine. I really liked riding in the dark on my own. I felt good about it. So that's a huge plus that I've taken from it. Another thing that I've taken from it is that I pushed past where I wanted to quit. Like there were so many times I was like, I want to quit, and I carried on. Like especially that morning, on like the Sunday morning when it was just chucking down, I was like, oh, I don't want to go out. It's raining, I don't want to go into it. I don't want to sit in that for like however many hours it was going to last, because I knew it was going to last a long time. And I did it anyway, and I think when you do that, it helps future rides, because you always go back to that as like a benchmark and be like, well, I didn't quit then, so it's fine, I can do this now. So that's another bonus. And another thing that I learned from it was that people are just so kind. Like the majority of people are just lovely. So kind. So just for an example, when I decided I was going to quit, I got the train from Penrith to Oxenholme and then rode to Arnside where my Airbnb was. And the guy in the train station said, I went in and basically, can I get a train please? Can you help me get a ticket? And he's like, oh yeah, you just do them on that machine. I was like, okay, I'll just go over now and do it. And he's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I've just had a pretty long day. And I think probably by the state of the look of me, he was just like, okay, let me come and help you. So he came over to do it, and there was like bus replacement service on anyway. And he went, do you know what? Just go and get on it. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I need to pay for a ticket. And he's like, no, I think you look like you've had a long enough and hard enough day. It's on me. I think you could do with a treat. And so I was like, thank you so much. And then I went to charge all my stuff up in McDonald's because I needed to charge my phone up. And this lovely couple who had been working at B&Q in the day, like, they let me sit with them while I charged my stuff up, and they were just so nice. They were asking me where I'd been, where I was going, and I don't know, I just got a little bit, I'm going to explain what happened, I got like a little bit teary. This woman's just like grabbing hold of my dirty mucky hand, just holding my hand and just saying like, I think you ought to go home. I think it'd be nice for you to go back and like see your family and just see your friends. And I was like, thank you. And then they were helping me like just figure out like which trains went where. This was before I went into the train station actually. And like that. And then obviously all your lovely comments, like just lovely, lovely comments. And I guess what I've taken from it as well is that when it doesn't go your way, just do it, like just go and try again. Like already I'm like, I want to know when the entries are open for next year. I'm like, I'm doing it next year. I'm going to do it. And if I don't finish it all next year, then I'll do it the year after. Maybe I won't actually. Maybe I'll just be like Katie, probably just give it up. No, I'm only kidding. I probably will do it. I'll definitely do it next year. I definitely want to give it a go. If I'm about and I've got, you know, I'm not away or anything, I really want to do it, and I just love the challenge of it. And I'm just going to try and do more like long distance rides up to that point. And yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, my bike. The setup of my bike also, I guess that's like more of a materialistic thing. Worked an absolute treat. Really liked it. And I think one thing that helped with the overnight stuff is that light in comparison to the B&M one, where the beam was bright, but that one is like, you could see everything. I felt really safe because it was so bright, so I kind of feel like that helped. And someone else asked me like, what would I change? Is there anything that I would take that I didn't take? Is there anything that like I would change? I think the only thing, okay, two things. The only thing that I didn't take that I needed was a plug. I really needed like a plug that you plug in the wall that's got a USB hole in it. I needed that when I stayed over at the accommodation because obviously I've been charging my phone and my Garmin on my Dynamo, but at night, like my battery on my phone is just rubbish at the minute. It's an iPhone 6S and the battery just dropped so fast on it. So I could have done with something to charge overnight. I had to borrow one night and then, yeah, borrowed it both nights, but I could have done with one just to carry around. And the other thing, what was the other thing? A pair of socks. I only took one pair of socks. What an idiot. I had taken two and didn't pack them. And so when I rode the second day, my socks were just wet. I put them on and they were wet and I was like, ugh, they're a bit soggy. But other than that, actually, one other thing that I would change, eating my own words, I probably would have preferred to have worn mountain bike shoes. I know, I was like, oh no, I'm really into the road bike shoes, but because of the weather, it meant that I had to walk more because of the wind, and because walking in cleats is not fun. Whereas if I had mountain bike shoes, but then if the weather had been better, would I have been better in road shoes? Yeah. And then at one point I had to carry a little twig around, a little stick with me, because every time I went for a wee like in the field, my cleats got like mudded up with sludge, and so I was like having to poke them out because I couldn't then clip into the thing. So maybe I would use mountain bike shoes next time. So yeah, all in all, what an epic adventure. And yeah, I wish I'd have finished it, but sometimes you get more interesting stories when stuff doesn't go to plan. So yeah, I reckon then that is pretty much it. Thank you again for your lovely comments. And I know I said I was going to take a few days off filming, but I just can't help it. I just love filming. I love sharing it with you and I love chatting to you. So yeah, I'm probably not. So yeah, I reckon that's it. There'll be a video up on Monday, which is going to be exciting, from something that I'm doing over the weekend. So yeah, I guess that is it. So I will see you next video. See you later.